Olá, olá, I'm Ana Santos from PT4U Portuguese Lessons Online. Welcome to one more video, one more week dedicated to this amazing language. You know what I feel about it. You find, that's why I'm making all these videos that you find in my YouTube channel, and all the transcriptions, all the informations that you can have, they're all concentrated in my website, pt4u.wordpress.com. If you have any tips, any suggestions, any questions that you think that can answer you, please email me pt4u@outlook.pt. And let's see, if you remember last week, we start with the question words. The question words are very important in Portuguese, and especially, of course, is the idea to make questions and to understand what their meanings. And today, an extra compared to the last week, possible combinations. So last week we talked about how many, how much, when, and which ones. So it's the idea, very basic. I recommend you to go and first have a look at the first video, because those are the easiest ones, the first level. Today we'll upgrade a little bit, because today what we're going to cover this idea of where, you know, where, on the, but then where to, where from. So these simple combinations can be good and quite helpful for you. And that's why I prepared this table. What you have here, you have the combinations of the word de, from. De in Portuguese always means the idea point of origin. Imagine where you come from, your ground zero, your birthplace, and then you attached. In Portuguese is the opposite way, especially if you compare to English. It's not where to, or where from, is from where, okay? And that's why you'll have also here the answers, because imagine if you ask in English, where are you from? When you answer, you say, I'm from. So we always, and also in Portuguese, repeat that small word, both in the question and in the answer. So what I have prepared and saved for us today. Today we'll practice only about the who, where, and what. Who is connected to people, quem. Where is connected to place, onde. And what is connected to what, the action. So you have quem, onde, and then you see here two situations, que or o que. This is a very small detail, but you can question about it. Que is used when immediately after it comes a substantive or a noun. What's this idea? Imagine that you're talking about specific things. That's why you have there, que horas são. If you're not talking about anything specific, you're considering the action. So what comes after is the verb. You need the u to make the idea of the subject of the sentence. That's why you have o que comes ao jantar. And let's see some possible combinations with this one. Now I'll start with the word de again, and repeating what I said before. De means the idea, where is it from? The idea from. And I can ask, who's this book? If you think, when I ask who is this book, I'm asking, where does this book come from, in the idea of possession. So you can use this expression, de quem. De quem são os livros? To whom these books belong to. And when you ask this, let's go line with the answer. You ask, imagine that they are mine. You say they come from Anna. Why do I use the? Because feminine word, the, Anna, the Anna, it means they come from me, Anna. Or imagine that you are using also, where are you from? De onde. Where are you from? And then how you answer, I'm from. So imagine that you're saying, I'm from England. Eu sou da, England is a feminine word in Portuguese. Eu sou da Inglaterra. Then with what? In Portuguese, when you think about especially this form, de que, Imagine you think what is made of. And this example that I give you is very special and very interesting, because I'm asking de que cor é o céu? What color does the sky come from? The idea of where does this color come from? We always ask like this, the colors, because usually it's attached to a reality. And then imagine what is this made of? This idea de que é a mesa, what is made of the table. And then you can say de madeira, wood. And then also a situation, de a. This a is a very small word only, but can have a lot of meaning, because a is the idea to forward direction, but in the short time or in a situation that is not common. Let me explain like this. If I say a quem, I'm asking a situation that is non-permanent. See the example. A quem emprestas os livros? To whom you lend the books. If you lend the books, it means you want them back. And when you say a quem, using the word a, this means that this situation will change. And imagine the other. Aonde vamos jantar? Where are you going to have dinner? Even if the dinner and the restaurant is rather good, you won't stay there for the night. So it's a short period, a limited period of time. That's why you also can use in this situation aonde. And see, let's think about aonde vamos jantar. And then you'll say a restaurante, to a restaurant, picking up exactly the same word. And at what time? At what time? The hours is always something that change all the time. That's why you also use the word a. A que horas começa o filme? At what hours, at what time does the movie start? And how do you answer with the hours? You imagine that it starts at 2. You use the word às, because it's more than one. 2 horas. Just to finish, because this can be tricky, and just to repeat what I said before, the a is short, is 2, but in a short time. It's good to have now the comparison to the word para. Para also means this idea, you go to, moving forward. But see the examples and now this idea. Para quem? Para quem é o presente? To whom is this present? Usually, if you offer a gift, you don't want it back. It's a situation that is permanent. That's why you don't use the word a, because you don't want it back, but you use para in the definitive situation. So, para quem é o presente? And imagine that you bought a gift for me. So you say para a Ana. With the a, you went to the restaurant and you just stay there for a while, enjoyed a good meal, but then went back. Usually, when you start working somewhere, you stay there, I'm not saying forever, but in a more permanent way. That's why this example. Para onde vais trabalhar? Where to are you going to work? And I know this idea, because not going there to work, it will, from now on, will be a routine in your life. And it will take probably, and I hope in some cases, it will take some time to cover it. Then what for? Para que usam os óculos? What for is the glasses? And also always the answer, para ver, to see, to read, para ler. And so all the words, all the questions that start with para, the answers will also start with para. Then you have this idea por, by, can also be translated by via in some languages, through, It doesn't mean what's the difference here. And I have a video already between the difference between por and para. That video I also recommend you to go and have a look because it goes deep in this difference. Por, it doesn't matter where you get. It matters how you get there. So imagine that I say, por onde vais para a escola? Where through you go to school. This idea is, imagine that you take the motorway, you take the national road, you take the shortcuts. Is the way. I'm asking, where do you get there? So por onde. Again, if you ask por onde, you start answering with por all the time. Last one, breathe, almost done. In what year? And in what year, in what month, because the idea of year and months are neutral in our language, you use this em with a smile in your face, don't forget. Em que, in what? Em que ano estamos? What year we are now? And then you answer, em 2022. Let's see if maybe you are watching this some years now, it will be fun to think, but in 2022 at this moment. So I know this was it's a more exhaustive and tiring and detailed video. I hope it helps to understand one of the things that in our language can be tricky, these small words, de, a, para, por, em, they are very important. Like my students always say, we hate them. We hate these small words, but they can really make a difference when you talk. So subscribe my YouTube channel to have access to all these videos, and especially after this, you need a break. So enjoy and have fun. Ciao, ciao.